If you watched my previous video, you may know that I just hit my 6-month mark as a real estate agent. In that video, I talked about what I learned, but in this video, I want to talk about why I recommend people go only part-time instead of full-time when you're first starting out in real estate. So the first major reason why I think people should go part-time instead of full-time, because it takes a considerable amount of money to even start off as a real estate agent. Before you make even 1 cent in commission, there are a bunch of fees and courses that you have to take to become a registered real estate agent. So before even taking the exam, you have to do a couple of things. The first is that you have to take a registered real estate course. You can do these online or you can go in person, but for me, I took mine on Real Estate Express and it costs about $100, which is fairly cheap, but it's online only. There's no real agenda. There's no one to help you really. It's just a self-paced real estate course. So like I said, I paid, I think, $100 for the course, but on top of that, I also paid for a real estate workbook to just do a bunch of practice tests because I wanted to pass it the first time. So once you complete your course and you get kind of the course certificate, then you can take your state's respective real estate exam. So I live in California, so I took the California real estate exam. For the exam fees, it was $60 for the initial fee. And after you pass the test, it's $245 to register you in the database and you officially become a California real estate agent. Once you become a certified real estate agent, you need to sign with a broker, do brokerage deals. In terms of fees and commission splits, it really depends on which broker you're signed with. Like some brokers will kind of help you foster these deals, whereas other brokers will kind of like throw you into the deep end and just tell you to figure it out yourself. So for the brokerage I'm at, which is First Team Real Estate, for the fees itself, I am paying around $495 in annual fees. And so these annual fees go to the legal team as well as the tech team. And on top of that, they also take commission splits. So for the commission splits, I believe they take 15% commission, if I'm not mistaken. In addition to broker fees, you'll also have to pay MLS fees. So for the MLS fees, there are 2 things. The first is that you have to become a realtor to access the MLS. And so for me, I am with a Citrus Valley of Realtors. And so there are certain amount of fees related to both A, joining the board of realtors, and B, getting access to the MLS. So for me, first off, there was a first time new application fee of like $65. And on top of that, I had to pay annual fees for the board of realtors. And that came out to $489 a year. And on top of that, to get MLS access, you also need to pay fees. So quarterly, the MLS fees are $125, quarter times 4, and you're looking at $600 a year in MLS fees alone. What the fuck? In addition, there's also more fees you have to pay for to get access to this thing called Supra. So what Supra is it's basically like the modern lockbox, and most realtors use Supra nowadays to lock up properties and to access properties. There is a monthly Supra membership that you have to pay for to, I believe, access Supras and to have your own Supra lockbox. So the Supra membership fees itself are $16 a month, but on top of that, there's also a first-time Supra activation fee, which is $50. This is solely to get into houses. You have to pay a monthly membership of almost $20. I think I captured all the fees that you need to even get started as a realtor. You will have to pay this lump sum before making 1 cent of commission. So all these fees do add up, and it comes to a total of about... So I made this spreadsheet for all the fees that I incurred for first one-time fees and recurring fees as a real estate agent. And we discussed all this, but as you can see, the recurring total is about 1.7K per year as a real estate agent. And then the one-time fees, which you'll incur during the first year as being a real estate agent, you're looking at a total of $520. So all in, the total 1-year fee to become a realtor in California, at least in my experience, is about 2.3K. And that is not cheap. To be honest, I was expecting it to be a lot lower. So it's definitely a consideration if you were to pursue being a real estate agent full-time. So another reason why I believe you should become a real estate agent part-time instead of full-time is that you'll need a marketing plan to get off the ground. So in theory, you can do this all for free, but you'll be trading your time for money. So I say this because if you don't have a network already in place that wants to buy or sell a house, it's going to take some time to get a client by grinding it out. And there are definitely free ways of getting clients, such as holding open houses for other realtors, cold calling a bunch of people, or by posting on social media and getting eyeballs on your page, or there are other ways to pay for these leads by doing Facebook ads, Yelp ads, Google ads, or even paying for traditional advertisements such as billboards, TV, and newspaper. So it's totally up to you to trade your time for money or vice versa. But obviously, if you do want to grow your clientele fast and you want to get leads in rather than growing it organically, you will need to spend some marketing dollars to do so. So for me, when I first got started, I started a Yelp ad page. So a Yelp associate called me. They convinced me to go with their $300 a month plan, but that also included some type of promotion that allowed me to get some free bundle stuff just to get more eyeballs on the page. I got about 17 page visits and 2 leads during that 1 month of testing. With that being said, you do have to take into account that I had 0 reviews at that time. And so given if I were to have better reviews, I might have gotten greater numbers and better leads. The month after, I lowered it a bit to about 100 a month. I didn't get any of the bundle stuff, and I still got about like 13 page views but 0 leads. And then the month after, I just turned it off because I wanted to get organic reviews before I start advertising again. And so that's why I just turned it off, because I feel like it's a waste of money if you don't have reviews to prove that you're a real quality real estate agent. On the flip side, there's also Facebook ads, which I've recently started trying out. For some reason, although Facebook approved 2 of my Facebook ads, then 2 days later, they stopped allowing me to run ads because I somehow violated their privacy policy, which I don't think I did. I'll show you the ads right now, but I'm still in the testing phase with Facebook. I've used Facebook ads before, and I know how great Facebook is with their demographics and targeting. I am curious to see how those will do compared to Yelp and the quality of those leads. That is to come with more data. So the third one is Google Ads. I initially assumed that Google Ads were going to be just as expensive, if not more expensive than Yelp. However, this morning I did check out Google Ads and it seemed pretty reasonable for cost per click. I don't know if that was due to my demographic or some of the keywords I chose, but it actually seemed like a reasonable price. So initially I just counted it out because I assumed it would be too expensive, but I'm actually going to try running some Google Ads and see what results I get. I was generally surprised, and so definitely don't discount Google. I think I'm going to make another video regarding all the different types of paid marketing, Google, Yelp ads, as well as Facebook ads, and to see which performs better and which gives me better leads. But anyway, to my point, as you can see, marketing is not cheap at all. And depending on the quality of leads and the number of leads you get, you'll have to put some considerable amount of marketing dollars if you do not want to trade your time for money. Again, if you do want to go through like the sweat equity route, such as cold calling, hosting open houses, that is perfectly fine. But again, it will take some time to grow organically your clientele. So if you do marketing, it will cost anywhere from $100 to $500 a month if you really want to get some leads. And with these leads, they are not guaranteed results. So if you aren't making a consistent sale, you'll be bleeding a considerable amount of money until you can get yourself off your feet. Lastly, the reason why I recommend people become a real estate agent part-time instead of full-time is because I think it takes a while for people to start to trust you and for you to get a name for yourself. Again, like unless you have a network that is ready to buy, ready to sell, it's gonna just take some time to prove your track record to those that want to sell or buy a home. This is evident by this graph. After your first couple of years of experience, then you start to make kind of the real money, make 6 figures. Because honestly, take this example. If you're selling a home and there are 2 options of going with a real estate agent that has 1 or 2 years of experience versus a real estate agent that has 8 to 10 years of experience, you're going to go with the realtor that has 8 to 10 years experience 100% of the time. Not only are they more experienced, but they will probably get more money for your house. And that's a huge risk for home sellers because you always want to get top dollar for your house. So I believe with tenure and just track record, you'll be able to build trust faster. And I think that tenure in real estate truly matters. These are the reasons why I recommend you to start doing real estate only part-time instead of full-time and have maybe a second job to supplement that income. Again, these are just my opinions. I'm sure there are those that have gone into real estate full-time and have just hit the ground running. Whichever decision you do choose, whether full-time or part-time, I do wish you the best and I wish you sell a lot of homes. Yeah, let me know in the comments below if you're a real estate agent and you're doing it full-time or part-time. If you stay this long, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. See you in the next one.